Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Thanksgiving, fastly approaching. Let's look at that word, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. We're thanking for what we have, essentially expressing gratitude. We're going to talk about gratitude today and how important it is in your life, what you can do to practice it, how it can change your life. And we're also going to talk about navigating that holiday. All the holidays, a lot going on there between presents, food, relatives, friends, all of that. And this is all in her wheelhouse. I love how she puts an energetic spin on all of this in terms of the vibration, which is a game changer. She's a certified life coach. She's a TEDx speaker, an emotional freedom technique practitioner, and so much more. Author, speaker in general, and she's wonderful. Michelle Mehta joins us here in the program. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure being on here week after week.
Well, I'm grateful that you're here. We learned so much. I've learned so much. So, gratitude. Should we start there?
Absolutely.
Hmm. Why is it so important? What is the big deal?
Well, personally, for me, gratitude basically just says you are appreciating the things around you, the people around you, the things around you. Last week, we talked about energy and how that shows up, right? Pen is energy, humans are energy, laptop is energy, room's energy, right? And being appreciative of the things that are around us. A lot of times we have two types of mindset, the abundance mindset, which everything is given to us, or the scarcity mindset, which is a lack of something. To step into that abundance mindset, I've practiced gratitude quite a bit because it allows me to, number one, understand that I am okay where I need to be. And there's no time like the present. And gratitude immediately puts us right here, right now moment.
Hmm. I never thought of it that way because we always talk about live in the moment. That was a game changer for me. Um, but I never thought that gratitude forces you to be in the moment because at this moment you're being grateful for. It could be things that may have taken place, doesn't have to be in this moment. But when you think about it, the majority of those things that you're grateful for are in the now. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, whatever you say, I'm grateful for my dog. Well, your dog could be here, but he's in the now. He exists now. I'm grateful for my kids, whatever it might be. They exist now. It's if you look at something from the past, I'm grateful I learned a lesson from that, but most of it's now. Hmm.
absolutely. And that's why they say like no time like the present. Give the best present of time, right? Because it automatically puts you in front of what's in front of you. It brings you back to the people in front of you. And we don't go back into the past of remember the time pre-COVID, or remember that time in 2020, or remember what we did a month ago. Or it
Well,
could be, I wonder what's going to happen next year. How is January going to be with the State of the Union? Right. And we start thinking about what is the plan going to be for Project 2025, right? We start thinking, and then all of a sudden, or I'm feeling the energy shift in my body as we speak of that anxiety, of that anxiousness, or the lack of not having something because of the past didn't bring it into the present moment. And by just focusing on you and I, Steve, right now, I feel a lot more calmer because this is all I have.
this is now. Like if you slice this second right here, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing. I don't know.
Everything is perfect.
And it's not that we're just trying to look for, just trying to find the positive, just trying to move it along. But that really is that's it. We can't. I deal in facts as my journey continues. I deal in facts. For me, that's a fact. There's nothing wrong here in this moment. It's wonderful serendipity. It's also what's coming next. I'm not looking at the future, but if this is good now, why can't the next second be even better? Or just as good,
Absolutely.
right?
And I think that's where gratitude comes in. And that's why the importance of Thanksgiving kicks in because it is about sharing the thanks of the year, spreading the world of increasing that vibrancy of, hey, let's finish the year strong. We're 1 month away from finishing the year. Let's take this moment of Thanksgiving family gathering to celebrate and bring this all together with a nice little bow, right? Tie it all up with a nice little bow. And that's where, a lot of my family gatherings at the right before dinner, we all go around and we say, Let's talk about the year. What is one thing that you're grateful for? What is one change that you've made? And you see how much people have grown in the process, and you see how much there's appreciation, because love and appreciation operate at the same frequency, is what I believe.
Say that one more time. I want to process that.
Love and appreciation operate on the same frequency.
Love, I get. As I understand it, it's the highest vibration there is.
Yes.
I didn't think of it in terms of appreciation.
Yeah, because when you appreciate something, you automatically are creating love around it.
Hmm.
I appreciate this time that we have together, right? I'm spreading love in this moment by being here, talking to you. And we say thank you. Someone sneezes, we say, God bless you. They automatically say thank you.
Right.
Someone opens a door for us, we say thank you. They didn't have to do any of that. We could have done it ourselves. But it's the acknowledgement, it's the appreciation of, hey, thanks for acknowledging me as I'm walking through that door. Thanks for acknowledging the fact that I missed a heartbeat when I sneezed.
Hmm. Just thought of something. I'm gonna go back to this. Let's see if this works. I I sent this to a bunch of friends, and it's what you just said, and I wish I had the text of it because I can't remember it. It was a voice file, so I'm going to play it. It's about the present, and it I shared it because I thought it was really cool. Let's see if you can even hear it. Hold on one second. Here we go. I want to share something that I just heard. I was talking to a golf pro. Just did a podcast with one, and I talked before about living in the present, how important it is, not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future. And this basically illustrates it. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift from God. It is the present, also known as today. The present, that's the gift. We call it the present, but it's a present
It
because
is.
it's
It
a
is.
gift, whether you want to connect it to a God or whatever. And I was just sharing with somebody, I learned from someone. But yeah, today's a miracle, tomorrow's a mystery. You live in the present, you got a present. You got a
Right.
present.
Absolutely. And what you decide in this moment shapes your tomorrow.
Yes.
The decisions that I've made today or the decisions that I did not make today is going to impact my tomorrow. It's going to impact November 16th. It's going to impact a week from now.
Mm.
Right. So it's like, what are you doing in this moment? And that's why gratitude, being in a state of gratitude, associating a feeling or emotion with that state of gratitude amplifies your growth automatically. I was just
Mm.
reading a book called Redefining Anxiety, and they said, do a gratitude journal because it brings it back down to the current day, current time, current moment. And that is so important as we're navigating the holidays because we're thinking about, oh my God, I have to see that family member, which I don't really get along with. And we have to invite them because it's an obligation. Or what if I don't want to hang out with these types of people? How am I going to protect my energy? Who's going to be that energy of my empire? What if I don't like the food? What if they don't cater to my allergies? We create all these what if scenarios and we overthink, overthink, overthink. And next thing you know, it's affecting our bodies because our heart's racing really fast, our breathing is changed. And now you're like the most unhappy person in the group versus just taking a step back and saying, what an honor to have all these people here. What an honor to have nobody here. Some people like to just celebrate things being on their own. What an honor to just give a gift of myself, that alone time.
It's amazing when you start realizing this stuff. It is a game changer. I learn from you all the time. I never realized that gratitude forces you to be in the moment. I find that amazing because it just backs up why it's so good to practice it. You said before you get together Thanksgiving or other holidays or at the end of the year and you ask the question, what did you learn this year? I'm going to ask that question. What did you learn this year?
For me, is getting rid of the imposter syndrome, owning the power that I have within myself, and the confidence that I've gained just by showing up here. And the biggest gift that I've received, Steve, is being part of the Podcast Business News Network in its entirety. Because
Well,
you have given me the opportunity to showcase as myself as a leader for my friends and my family who never thought I had all this information inside of me, and you bring it out so naturally. So that is my biggest celebration of the year.
I just love talking with you, and I'm learning so much here. Um, it's amazing when you think about it in a year. Like we're always, whatever happy. When you look back at a span, go a year. A lot has taken place. You learned a lot. I was even thinking before of certain events that happened earlier in the year, but I couldn't remember when they took place. I thought, was that the year before? No, that was just this year alone of all these things going on. My gosh. And I would say, same thing with you, confidence in certain areas, living even more in the present. And I really mean that. And most recently, not compromising my values and myself. And that can even be in a relationship where you you're just doing it. It's okay. But that's not me. That's not what I need. There's this that's why am I doing this? And then you move on. No
Absolutely.
compromise. Yeah.
And what I also learned, like, clarity is kindness, right? When you have the clarity, you automatically creating kindness around you by giving that awareness. Also, when you have clarity, you automatically become confident. And sometimes in
Mm.
family gatherings or family events or even family and friends, friendsgiving, we feel like we're not confident enough because of the people that are around us. But when you believe that clarity within yourself, the knowing who you are, your values are in alignment,
Yep.
your mind, body, and soul are on point, automatically that confidence shines through. And we all are insecure about different things, but it's how you manage those insecurities in a moment when you're with people that you love, and sometimes you may not love so much.
Mm.
But being true to you, who you are, that is the best gift that you can give yourself. And that is how gratitude comes back together, as appreciating the woman, the man, or the transgender, LGBTQIA plus, the whole community, understanding where you are on your journey and celebrating you.
Yeah, you're making me think. This is your I think one of your superpowers. That you really force us to think about things. And even that men's group that I joined, um, that was way out of my wheelhouse. And the stuff, going on a retreat the other side of the country, what the heck? I would never have done that before. And when I look back to it, it's like, wow, that really made a difference. And the one word you said it before in some of the uh, meetings that we've had, and there's different men in the meetings that rotates, every couple of months. Clarity was the word I used the most. And there would be certain things expected, et cetera, et cetera. And like, we need clarity. There's not enough clarity here, people. We need to, it's such a wonderful word. It really is. Like, especially when you have clarity within yourself and your expectations, your goals, your values, all of that. When you do this work, you get that clarity.
I love that. And also one of the tools that we use in NLP is there is no failure. There's only feedback.
Mm.
There is no failure. There's only feedback. And when you start implementing that, everything that's been told to you that you've also expressed is all feedback. There isn't a charge to it. There isn't a negative or a positive. It is just feedback. And people's version of success and people's version of failure is very, very different. So allow yourself to just be in the moment and be human about it. And the only way you're going to be a human about it is if you just see it as feedback. It's just information to give you the clarity that you deserve.
I just wrote that down on a post-it note and put that in front of me. There is no failure. There's only feedback.
Yeah, and it's one of the NLP principles, is neuro
Well,
linguistic programming principle. That is one of the things that we live by. And it has changed my life just knowing that. Because everybody has their own perspective and belief system, how you're supposed to operate. Right?
mm,
Expectation of society, expectation of friends and family. And here you are just saying, you know what? Thanks for caring about me. Really, I really appreciate you sharing that information with me, but I'm going to be polyester and just let it rub off of me. And I'm going to take that with a grain of salt because I know that I'm congruent and I know that I'm doing the best that I can with the information that I know.
so as you move along in your journey, do you find that you feel less of a failure or less failures harnessing these principles?
I do. I've noticed less failures. I mean, yeah, when you think about goals, right? And yeah, we have a money goal. Like, for example, I have a money goal. Now, and I look back at my year and I was like, did I hit my money goal? Partially, 50%, maybe. No, I wasn't 100%, didn't over exceed it. And I look back and I say, where did I fall short? And it's because my focus shifted. And it shifted into being a podcaster, something that I never thought I had it in me.
Mm,
So sometimes we get so focused on this one goal that you miss out on other opportunities that come knocking on our door. And part of my coaching journey has been about opportunities coming knocking on my door. And I just open the door wide open and say, come on in, let's figure this out. And it's driven my family nuts because they're like, why don't you do this later on? And sometimes they just, opportunity comes, it's like divine timing. You have to say yes because you don't know if it's going to happen again. And in the personal development space, the prices are always changing. So it may not be offered at the same price. It might be offered at a different price. The community may not be there. We can create these what if scenarios, but it's appreciation of, you know what, I'm saying yes to myself because I know that I need it in the moment.
mm. Are you piloting from your intuition? When the door
I
knocks and you open it for potential opportunity, is that where it's coming from?
absolutely 100%.
Mm.
I mean, I didn't even think I thought I was going to be a TEDx speaker in 2030. Did not know that the pandemic launched me into becoming a TEDx speaker. I thought I was going to be an author in 2025. Did not know that in 2024, I have 8 books under my name, right? If I had not said yes, I would not be where I am today. If I had not done the work that I've been doing, Steve, you and I would have not met in 2024, right? So sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith and just trust that there's something here. And when you're on your soul purpose, we mentioned this a couple times, SOULSOLE, the soul purpose, your divine timing is everything. And that is the appreciation aspect of how you're showing up day to day.
Well, you said appreciation, which, right away we're raising our vibration in that situation.
Yeah,
If you don't take those opportunities, you don't grow,
you
you
don't.
know? And you can't do everything. So sometimes it has to be a little give and take, over here. You got to kind of, make tweaks and adjustments. But it's funny now that we talk about, failures. I'm trying to think of a recent failure in my life. I don't know. Not meeting my fitness goals. I would say that was it. But you got to cut some slack. Did other things in place of that. So it was again, that was a give and take. Relationships might have been a failure here and there. The relationship may have failed. However, what was gained? Insight, realizing, and I'm going hypothetical, realizing who you are, what you really need, why this situation doesn't support you. So, was it really a failure?
It was
No.
just feedback. It was just information that needed to help you realize, do you need
Right.
to continue on this path or do you need to reassess?
It's so true. Yeah.
Right.
It
And
really,
your fitness goal could be like, yeah, I want it to be X amount of weight, but then when you do your medical labs, right, and they're all in the green, do you really need to lose that weight or is it just because you feel like you need to lose the weight? Sometimes doctors are like, no, you're perfectly fine because there's muscle mass
that's right.
versus the fat mass, right? So sometimes we just put numbers on things, but understanding what does success really mean to you
Yeah. And
and what
living in
does
the
failure
moment,
mean to you? Yeah.
living in the moment, I shared with you, I had acute laryngitis. Did I tell you that? Yeah.
No, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. But it was only like, I don't know, 17 days ago. A doctor told me I may never speak the same again. I may need a therapist to teach me how to talk again. I'm a 6 on a 10 scale of severity. And if I continue to talk, my vocal cords could hemorrhage.
Oh my gosh.
Guess what? I'm talking. I'm fine. I feel great. No issues. I lived in the moment because when I left that office, I was just, whoa, now what? What am I going to do now? Took a moment, went home, hugged my daughter. She probably couldn't see that I was getting a little teary, and I just moved on. I didn't worry about it. I thought of it, well, maybe I'll sound different. My voice comes back. Maybe I'll be deeper. Who knows? Whatever. It'll all figure itself out. It's going to be okay. Guess what? I'm okay.
Yes.
So, his information might not have been right. Question about gratitude. Do you believe that when you practice gratitude, you're signaling the universe to give you more of those things?
Absolutely. 100%. Because you're writing the I am statement, right? I am grateful for blah, 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 because it makes me feel blah, 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 blah. So you're allowing the universe you're inviting the universe to listen to you. And those I am statements come from your soul.
Ooh, another one. We gotta give this this is like a $50 Michelle tip. That's what these are, $50 tips. I never thought about it. I just write down, I am grateful for one item, second item, third, whatever it might be. I never thought of adding to it because it makes me feel, because that just backs up why you're grateful for it. And now that you're expressing it, this is why you do what
You're
you do.
adding your emotions to it. Last episode, we talked about that a little bit, right? Adding an emotion to your gratitude statement, because that's connecting both sides of your brain.
Wow. I'm going to start doing that. And I use a journal, one that's made for gratitude. And the line, there's plenty of space to continue writing. You're amazing. I have much appreciation and gratitude for you. And the nuggets of information that and they're all amazing to help us move our lives forward. If somebody wants to connect with you, how do they find you, Michelle?
Number one, get in a state of gratitude. Just do that this weekend. Do that going forward every single day. Remember to stay in a state of gratitude. And it doesn't have to be that hard. Just one sentence. I am grateful for blank, 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 because it makes me feel blank, blank, blank. Want to know more about gratitude? Follow me on all things social, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram at I am Michelle Mehta. And that's IAMMICHELLEMEHTA. You can also catch me on my website at michellemehta.com. That's MICHELLEMEHTA.com. And for all the beautiful listeners out there, I'm also giving you a gift of my time. So please go ahead and book a call with me. Let's connect. Let's spread more gratitude, because this world needs it more than ever.
1,000,000,000%. So well said. I am grateful for you. All these principles that we talk about, somebody else could be spending thousands of dollars on online videos, courses, all of that, all different types of coaches. It's all right here in one person. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Michelle. I know a couple of weeks off you're going to take for holidays and everything, and then we'll catch up after that.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Steve. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Thank you. We'll
Happy
be right
Thanksgiving.
back. Happy Thanksgiving.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.